Morning, everyone. How are you today? My name's TheoSophia. I am a mentor helping people understand consciousness and to begin to awaken and allow their consciousness to become pure light. I have a healing school. I've had it since 1995. People come, people go. There's a unique piece everyone's always looking for within themselves. And I do private mentoring. And you have my email and everything you might want to need to get in contact with me. So today we're going to do a couple of things. Usually this is the day I bring Mother in and she gives a message. So before we do that for a moment, Paul has requested that we take a little bit of time to go back and touch on the higher self conversation that we were having yesterday. So I'm going to call in Lord Gautama Buddha to have him protect everyone here and all around for the community. And we're going to call Mother Father into the heart. I would like for everyone, every time I do that, to sit with them so you begin to know that they come when you call them. And you can feel that frequency, that vibration, that intense fullness that comes when their energy comes and sits within you. And also for today, let's do our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And that simply speaks to how we all are in our own perfection. Some people think they have something wrong, others don't. But in the whole scope of it, wherever you are has a perfection. We're all growing and attempting to become the highest expression of our I am presence we can be, which is of our individual godliness. So let's see. So good morning to Christina. She'd like a message. MKZ also. Good morning, Carol. Barbara Ward would like a message. She says hello to everyone. And Paul is the one that said he would love to receive a message and touch the higher self-guidance we were discussing yesterday. And Joanna M., hello. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you back. Hope you're well. I'm doing great. Getting ready to go on vacation next week. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's good. Mother TheoSophia, may I have a message, please? Yes. So I will get to messages in a moment. But higher self. So, Paul, I'm going to direct you. What else would you like to know about the higher self? If you didn't listen to yesterday, everybody has one. What does the higher self mean? Well, if you look at the chart of your I am presence, I have to get this figured out here. Here's you with the violet flame. And this is an energy that's called your higher self. Some people call it Jesus, the messenger. But your higher self connects and knows God. This is your presence. This is your individualized experience of God. And you can see how, if you understand spiritual healing, every chakra has a colored aura around it. And when this is complete, they move up and around you. All right. So, Paul, what was your question? Did you write it here? It just says post a comment. Present and open. I had not seen this earlier. You haven't seen it on here or anywhere. My husband and I met in Thailand, and he has studied the masters for like 30, 40 years. So where I was in my work, which was being a powerful healer, we both merged. So I now understand things about the masters that at one time I did not. And this is what Especially, we went to Mount Shasta for 2 months every year for a long time. And this is the basis of their understanding of the evolution. That's why you have the violet flame that's been brought by Saint Germain to constantly clear, clear, clear. Because what we're all doing while we're here on earth is clearing away. There are 144,000 pieces of ourselves that have to be all in perfection before we can reach the higher place. And we have this gift here of our higher self to help us get to our own individualized experience of God. All right. Your intuition led me to who I feel it is, but my self-doubt is making me question. I was brought to Joseph of Genesis. I'm working with Saint Germain in the Violet Flame. A hood deal this week. I don't know what that means. So, perhaps let my message be about your higher self for a moment. And I'll bring in Mother, and then I'll start from the top. All right? Who your higher self is should not be in judgment. Should not be, when I got Joshua, is the name of my higher self, and he's the one that traveled and took over, taking everybody into the paradise. That's who his name was, so that's who I spoke. And it wasn't until I started doing my writing with him that I knew that he was a powerful being, as everyone was starting to tell me that they could see that there was a lot within me that has already been worked on in other lifetimes. So each of you have no clue in the beginning what your higher self is with you for, what and who he's been, what lifetimes has he led. Have you ever been together in another lifetime? Perhaps I've met some people who another lifetime they were the higher self for the person that was now helping them. The working of all of it is very masterful. So let me ask and see, and you got the name of Joseph, and I would say it's too soon to add the of Genesis part. I myself could say I don't know how that qualifies it and who that is. So let me just ask about the name. Well, my dear son, in fact, is very interesting, for the light that you shine is very bright, but it is going to become brighter, brighter till you will begin to not only feel it, but see it yourself. This higher self that you haven't yet tapped into has I will say, a storage of information that will bring a greater fulfillment to you. Yes, the name is correct. It is of Joseph. And I would like for you to work with Joseph and get to understand the rest of his name, whatever it is. Because this is a revealing, this is a sharing without a doubt, without anything, so that you can begin to learn to trust the godliness that's brought to you. All right? Yes. And you may not remember it at this time, Paul, but you and I have sat and spoke many times. Many blessings. All right. So I hope that brings some understanding to you. You can tell very clearly she has met you before. So what is important if you're journeying on the mastership level is not to allow ego to have any control in any way. You must live in a surrendered state. You must listen, observe, move on. Listen, observe, and move on. The ego that came from the laggards that came long ago turns into trouble for people because they get angry, then they get mad, and not only at the other person, but really they're doing that at themselves. So, yeah. Yes, there are people who don't do the master work, but that's because they're not going to be, if I may say this, like Joshua said the other day, there are those who are going to become the leaders of the golden age, which is coming. And they're requesting for everyone to do their due diligence, whether it's with their higher self, purifying their chakras, getting over that first level stuff that everyone has to when they come to Earth, because there's a place for everyone in that support that's needed to help those who have no clue yet, from one of the profound messengers that you all are probably one of. Okay, let me see here. Is that a good deal this week? Maybe not a hood deal? All right. So he's heard it and he's received it. So I hope everyone hears and receives it. That's why I'm here, is to help discover those who can hear my words, feel the energy of my heart, and know the purpose is, perhaps they were sharing to me yesterday, if you're getting told your job is gone and you're going to lose it, shout hooray, because now you can get down to the real job you're here to do, and that's for God. And you may think that's a little wacky, but it's going to depend on where you are in your journey. So it was interesting. My daughter called me yesterday, and she was either going to be told she had her job or didn't have her job today. I mean, it's shocking. If you knew her, she's like one of the top people. But apparently, after I sat and they brought that through, it's not going to happen just for her. It's going to happen for a lot of people. Things are changing. Life is going to get easier. Not that I can tell you how yet. It's going to depend. See, that's what people get discouraged about. It isn't always that what a reader or someone says that is false. It's you forgetting that there's a sense of people's will that's involved. You can say one thing, but if the will changes or if something blows the wrong way, then that's not what's going to happen. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the reader. It's the place of understanding of it. When you listen to someone, you need to give it space and time and how you feel about it and how the energy around you affects you. Okay? So I want to get back up to messages here. All right. So thank you, Paul. I think that helped illumination for everyone a little bit. All right, Christina. Now, I would like to know what has occurred and what you are doing with the past few messages I have given you. Have you noticed a change for yourself? I have been traveling mostly. So the job has kind of been put on a different burner. Am I understanding that perhaps correctly? And if that's true, what have you discovered about yourself in this travel? a lot of inner expansion. I need to say I want to applaud you because you are giving, as soon as I speak those words, the actual experience of what can happen. So my message for you today is keep placing your feet upon the same path. Know that God walks with you. Everything you need will be there for you, and you will find your heart being fulfilled in whatever your job turns out to be. And let me tell you, no one pays better than the heavens. It's not always in money, it's in everything else. And the fullness of knowing that you're so loved. All right. So my message to you today, Christina, is keep walking, keep observing, keep sitting, especially with your higher self, because it's a she, and she says she has great wisdom. Do not discount it. She's there for a purpose. If people were so wise that they didn't need one, don't you think God wouldn't have given you one? So you have to understand some things are there for a purpose. So you can sit and ask her name, and I think you do know her name. Ask her, why is she with you, and how can she help you in this walking, in this traveling? All right? Many blessings, Christina. All right, so let's go back up to MKZ. Also, I will say to you, because a lot of you I've been giving the messages I saw from Mother. What have you taken action with, is the correct word she wants to use, in her giving you weeks of messages. So tell me how that's working for you. You'll have to write me in a comment. I'm working with MKZ. I don't know if you moved away. Mother's asking you what has occurred from your wisdom you've taken from her last numerous messages that she gives you. So I'm going to move on, and when you get back to where you can write or think about it, I'll come back to you. And yes, I'm going to give you a message today, but I'm trying to understand the development of who you are and what exact piece you yet need from me. All right, Barbara Ward. And I can say the same question to all of you. You know, messages are a wonderful thing. They can give us a nudge. And yet, what I'm wanting to know today, since it seems like a whole heart energy from everyone has opened to want to know more, what have you gained from what I have told you in the past? Where are you today about your heart, about your journey, about God, and evolving? I'm curious to know. So are you doing sound? I know. Wouldn't it be so easy if we could just talk back and forth? Mm-hmm. So perhaps it is, I want you to learn the tone of the heart. It's F sharp. You know, you can always get one of those little round things, and then you can find that same frequency to hold with your voice. I would say that would be my suggestion for you first. And I will do it for you now to hear it. Now, development of that gift comes as the breath doesn't need to breathe. You have a long expression. For to hold that note for a long time for an individual is allowing the heart chakra to unveil and open itself and begin to have a live movement. So let's do it this way. For whoever else wants to begin to practice that, that's fine. Someone's hiring someone for a job. Go away. And if that what fills you in your heart to do, start with the heart tone, F sharp, and hold it. First, you can just do it softly and observe your own heart and what's happening. And then open that pineal gland and let that third eye show you what's happening to another's heart as you do that. Yes, yes. I don't say that it's all you'll do, but I think it's a gift from another time that you hold. It's like a gift that was starborn with you, is your voice and your insight of not what you believe someone needs, but hearing from their heart what they need. Just like I'm saying to you, this is going to fulfill you. So start first start making that tone of the heart for you and observe what happens in your heart. There's a part of you that you don't know needs to be softened. And I can say it to you because you know I love you. But there's a part of you that needs you to love it. And that tone, I'm going to do it again for you. And whoever else has that hardness in a little protective way, in God's light, there's nothing you need to do for protection. We can do the tube of light and various things. But this is being safe. So let's think of that and feel what happens in your heart when I hold that tone again. All right? Yeah, powerful. It's one thing, and it'll become more powerful the more you practice it. Then as you grow, you can go to one of the other chakra areas and make that sound. But let's begin here. So Barbara, how did that feel? Did I lose you? Or you don't know what to say? All right. I will give you time and we'll go back to the grouping. All right? I would like to hear what you felt with that. All right. And Barbara Ward is the next person. How about that? All right. All right. Yes, I can feel the heart expanding with that tone. This is important to me because one of my messages is beaming love to the planet. Yes, it is true. You are one to be that shining light, that starborn. to reach out and show the world the coming of the golden age. And for you, this was where it will begin from, even within your own consciousness. Very good, Barbara. Many blessings on that journey. All right, next is Paul. Now, we kind of talked already, so if you can come up with another question, I'll come back to you. And I want to say hello to Joanna M. Yes. Oh, Shana. So I haven't seen you in a while, Joanna. The question I have may be not what you would think I would ask, but since I haven't seen you, are you maintaining your due diligence in opening your chakras and being centered and working with your consciousness every day? It'll make a big difference in how I would respond to a message with you, since I haven't seen you, to know what you're doing with your time on the path of your light. And I hope you're still here and just not waiting to see the message later. And I think, Barbara, that you've been coming to the infusions, and I think last night was your last one. I hope you enjoyed them. All right. So let me see what's going to come without talking to you. So, Joanna M., I'm seeing lifetimes. I'm seeing a schoolroom with like wooden tables and chairs, ancient times, all when you were in a classroom and silent. For even the slightest word you were told, be quiet. And I would say to you, I'm sorry. But apparently it is a lesson that you had to learn. And isn't that interesting? I'm saying to you, the lesson here to learn is to be able to be expressive and to share and to receive and to grow. Yes. I look at your chakras and I'm going to go up them for you. The root in the scarlet red, the second in orange, the third in yellow, the heart in green, the throat in the blue, purple, and pink. Woo! And I know you must feel different. And I know it's an innate craving inside of you. Ask, and God will help you find the time, if time is the issue. But it's an important time for everyone to be due diligent. Thank you, Joanna. Good morning, Lauren. So tell me, as I'm asking everyone else, Lauren, what have you been doing with yourself about your healing? I know you take a lot of showers, as we all do. But is there a place in your world that you clean the energetic part of you? I think that is the question that always arrives. So let me move down so you can respond where I can see it. Hello, Marby. Trying to test more and just accept. Yes, the word is test. What are you testing? I guess I've never heard it spoken that way. What are you testing? All right, so how about we change your wording from trying to I clean my chakras. I open them. I bring light to them. I have a new thought process that I bring to them. You always put your thumb in, and the way your fingers go, that's the movement of the chakra. So you always know. Thumb from the left hand in, right hand, I'm sorry, and then it goes downward. Because if you do that, it may need to be more than once a day for you. You're going to feel stronger, have a greater confidence in that which you and what you have in your heart. There's a separation there. And I would like, if you allow me, to help guide you to it. So let me go back with the word rest. Well, if you're tired, having your chakras closed is why you're tired. Energy, it's like the root is an energy pump that pumps the energy that's coming down your channel in and through all your chakras. That's why it's so important. So if you're not doing the opening and the blessing of the light through your chakras, I can see how you might need to rest. So I'm not going to be difficult with you. I'm just going to say, let this be a loving thought for you in your message. Try it. It won't hurt you. It will only make you feel better. Many blessings. Well, let me get to the end, Paul, and I'll come back down and see if there's another message. It does seem to be today that it's more about getting everyone on the path of doing what they need to do. All right, there's Barbara. Marby. So, Marby, here's the question I'm going to ask you. What would you like your message to be about? I don't usually ask that question. I give you that which comes. But today I'm being curious, like maybe sometimes you are. What would you like your message to be about? And you know, during healing, there's also that word called uncomfortable. To see what we need to transform or change always has that little bag of uncomfortableness around it. We have to learn that's an illusion. It's not really real. Because in truth, God has no judgment. He sees you anyway as you are. You're the one you're hiding it from. All right? So, Marby, are you there or you don't know what to say? That's fine. Let me see what comes for you. Marby, you're always the one with the heart that's so full of life and happiness. Now, today, I see you in the forest, and you're on a log, and I see a young deer, some rabbits. This is another part of you from another time when you were free and went about and went to the land of the woods to find peace. So my question would be to you, are you able to today go somewhere that is land, maybe a pond or water? The earth is calling you. That's what I want to say. You are one who will help to heal the earth. And of course, that's why you have so much love and flowering energy in your heart. So I want you to see, if you don't now, a way to find yourself. Maybe it's a half an hour, your feet in the earth, and allow your heart to hear the things. Let yourself hear the trees and the wind blow and see what it brings you about understanding you. All right? Very good. There's Marby. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Barbara. There's lots of expansion as a result of the infusions. Haven't listened to last night's replay yet? Well, I can assure you it was very powerful. Yes, if everyone wants to be a part of an infusion and sign up for them, I have them all on tape I can send as a week goes to you. Like Barbara said, and I think all the other ladies would say, Carol's here also. Amazing expansion is coming from infusing you and allowing it to unfold in light consciousness within you over time. It's giving you a boost. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed them, Barbara. All right. Am I at the bottom of my list here? I guess so. So, Paul, I'll come back to you now to see what Mother sees for you. How's that? All right. Oh. So, I see you as a Templar. Oh, I see you in that uniform and protection, and then there's medals of circles around you. I want to say you were a high, I have such chills, a highly honored Templar. And I know you know what I mean when I say that. So, what we all have to come to understand, who we are today, is all of who we've ever been comes forth because we've just been learning lessons. We usually come into the world intention of releasing something, and that's usually what you're all happening to working on right now. So, Paul, ask and get your higher self to help you. What am I learning from the memory that I was a Templar? And I can hear the word failure, but you and I both know it wasn't about that, but maybe the human you takes that away from it. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you because I want you to use your new avenue to work with your higher self to discover more about what is that message good for you and what about it. This isn't your first rodeo, my friend, in the light. All right. Did you like that message? Is that what the heart means? Okay. All right. So let me see if Carol, I don't know if she might still be on. Carol, you want to tell people how the messages worked for you? Barbara mentioned, I can tell you by when I see these individuals, they're just more light with a greater understanding. I know there's a lot of totems, foods, everything that gets infused into the body. Oh, he knows it well. Very good. All right. Thank you, Lauren. Blessings to you. So, oh, I know I forgot who I was talking to. So Carol may have left. Anyone else with a question? I think I've gotten a message to everybody of some sort. You know, because the real message is here, keep on growing. Work with your chakras. Work with your feelings. If something comes up, there's a reason for it. It's a reason to clear it out and to let light take that place. That's the big message here. So, Paul, that's fascinating. Did you already know that you were a Templar in another life? I know it takes a while for a message to come through, or maybe you left. I don't know. So, I'm very thrilled with all of you. You're growing. Isn't it feel wonderful? Um, what we can only do at this place in time is keep going. I've been doing that for 40 years, still growing. I talked with someone today to help me grow. It's a process. Yeah. And the more you get intrigued by what unfolds or lies underneath, the more you're going to get excited about keeping going. Let's just do it. Let's get it. I did not, but I know I've been through very many lifetimes at this point. Good. It was a very clear image, I have to say. And that pointed hat, the whole deal. So there could be things you may be able to ask that part of yourself that the rest of the world doesn't know. So you'll have to fill us in. All right. Wow, 11:44. Oh, great. Well, you know where I am. Now, next week, everybody, I'm on vacation. I won't be here Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I'm sorry. I'm going to see my grandchildren. It's been a long time. I'm going to see my daughter. It's been years. So, um, I'll be back. And maybe we're all going to start going in another whole way together here. Who knows? But I'll be here tomorrow at 11. And usually I channel, but I'm now going to sit and let's see what God has to do with all of us. You know, probably the best thing to do. Yeah. Think about your questions. Many blessings, Marby. Yeah. Maybe you slowly learning about all of yourselves. How wonderful is that? All right. Many blessings. See you tomorrow. God bless.